LA guys, Putty Tuck here. I'm Putty.
I'm sick again.
Hey, sick again. You want to introduce yourself to the audience? I know you said you're sick again, but like, where can people find you? You got a book you want to plug, or?
I am Crew Jones. Whoever Crew Jones is.
Huh. Should we switch SmackDown to Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Delightful.
Thank you. Just like look over, little thing fading in. I'm like, oh, okay. Hello.
No deal. Toronto. That's your sport. That's your sports headline. No deal.
No deal. No deal. Toronto. Real.
Yeah. Were you hoping that there would be a deal, or are you happy that there's no deal?
It should be about Vlad in theory. Oh Jesus.
Kozlov?
Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero?
Yeah, Junior.
Holy shit.
Any of these people not here?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Fair enough.
Vlad and Chavo got married and had a Cuban baby? Guess so.
We're in Huntsville, Alabama. Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's almost Christmas time, Tucker. Are you excited for Christmas?
I'm tired, is what it is. Tired of Christmas. I feel like we've just done it.
Unironically.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Edge got a character idea. Nice.
What if I'm crazy?
What if I don't like friendships?
What if I kill a man?
Okay.
I'm thinking nothing.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, how are we going to open this show?
Let's see here. Hold on here.
It's probably the Edge Kennedy feud.
Yeah. What did they leave on last week?
Edge was denied access to the interview area, and then he punched Kennedy in the face. I'm thinking Edge should come down to the ring and explain why he doesn't like Mr. Kennedy.
You think he's going to let him do that?
No. Well, I think he's going to come down to the ring and give his explanation, and then he will react.
Okay.
I understand what you mean. We've shown that Kennedy has the power to cut the microphone, but he's not going to do that because I would rather do something else.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's all the reason needed.
Yep. My headcanon is that Kennedy sees the microphone as sacred and would never cut somebody's mic even if he doesn't like them. But we won't say that explicitly. I need you to cut this promo, Tucker. Do you think you can do that for me?
Oh, God. Fuck. Edge says that Mr. Kennedy is a power mad lame-o. and that he cracked him in the mouth last week for himself.
I think we can.
Mostly.
Yeah, I think we can go a little deeper on that. Like, we don't need to rush into it. I think, to just take a step back and have a think about these characters. You know them very well. I think there's something to the idea that these two men are quite similar. You love that beat.
Hooray!
But like Edge is sort of the older man, and Mr. Kennedy's kind of the future. They have a very similar sort of, cutting corners to get to the top, pissing people off kind of vibe. Anything there for you?
Try to think here.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. There's no rush. There's maybe also something to the fact that, Mr. Kennedy just sort of sat around and whined when A.B. Weber was doing things he didn't like. Edge doesn't do that. He doesn't sit around and whine. He punches people in the face, spears them off stages.
I like that. That's good. Yeah.
You use your words because you can't use your actions. My words back up my actions.
Yeah, and you use your words because you're a coward.
You're also maybe a pussy, right? Like, you talk a big game like you're some evil overlord, but you're just a coward. You act like you're unhinged, like you're dangerous, but in reality, you're just
You ain't dangerous.
Yeah, I'm dangerous.
Nice.
Anything you want to formulate there, or just leave it at that?
I think that's fine as it is. Got some ideas there. Yeah.
Sure.
You ain't dangerous. Dangerous. There's a second part to this, right?
There is.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, for sure.
How long is this?
This can be 4.
Okay.
In reality, you're just Ken.
Got him.
Yeah. Masters
Mr.
and Dykstra as background players here.
Sure, works for me.
Edge can work the crowd. Yep. Mr. Kennedy comes onto the ramp and he says, Edge, you son of a bitch, I'll show you how dangerous I am tonight. We're going to have a 6-man tag team match. I've got Chris Masters and Kenny Dykstra. You need to get your friends. Oh, wait. You don't have any. Good luck. See you later. Two is, I think, fine on that.
Yep. Storyline development?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool.
I think Edge regular victory over Kennedy in this angle overall.
Sure. I approve of that.
Great. We'll show highlights from last week where the Hardys became the number 1 contenders to the World Tag Team Championships. And then in the second part of this angle, we will announce that they will be getting that title shot on the first Raw of 2009 in 2 weeks' time. And that is on January 5th in Oakland, California. Yep. Are we still using the all caps Raw formatting?
I think so.
Okay.
I've never abandoned the formatting.
Yeah, it's up there. You know what? It's literally right there. I can't argue with you.
I still do the exclamation mark perspective.
The exclamation mark is different. I wouldn't want to abandon the exclamation mark. That would, that's a core part of the brand.
I think they both look too plain without their stylization, I guess.
Oh, okay. I've just realized something in my spreadsheet. Is it a capital D or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, obviously you're right in terms of like actually right, but I mean like I think that's the right play as well. Tricky one though. All right.
Smack zone. Great logo. Great logo, guys.
Okay, I'm thinking about Jerry Lawler.
Okay.
Who probably needs to get got
I apologize.
This week in some way or another. So the way I see it, we have a couple options here. He gets beat up. He gets beat up off screen. Or Marson somehow manipulates somebody else to beat him up. There are non-beating up options, but they're not coming to mind very evidently. So if you express a desire to find a non-beating up option, we can consider it.
I'm a big fan of the classic hit him with a car.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else is a fan of that here, but I just like hitting people with cars.
What about instead of hitting him with a car, he gets into a car accident?
Oh, okay. I like that. Maybe even save that.
Okay, let me finish, and then I'm definitely down to hear what you've got to say. Maybe building up on that. What if he is implicated in some sort of incident? Like, what if he gets driving under the influence, but he wasn't actually drunk, but he's known to be irresponsible with alcohol. So somebody spiked his drink or something.
Okay.
What did you want me to save it for?
So I was just saying maybe not this spot right here, because in my ideal version of this angle, I guess, it's very short. It's like it's a minute with the comms where there's just like, well, Jerry Lawler was in a quite bad car accident earlier today.
Yeah.
He's been taken to the local medical facility. We're all pulling for Jerry, but we're being told there might be some time before we see him again.
Okay. What's the payoff?
Well, he's not the payoff.
Yeah.
For that angle, anyways.
I get that, but if we set it up, we can't then just never hear from Jerry again.
Oh, he'll just recover eventually.
Yeah, see, for me, that's a little... I get why you're going, but I do think we're like... That's a pretty serious, like, hey, this guy's in trouble. And then it's like, okay, well, he just recovered. What... Also...
You can show him in the hospital for a couple weeks if you want. Local medical facility.
My point isn't... My point is that it's not going anywhere. Not that we don't... That it stops.
I see. Not that we don't follow up on it.
Yeah. Following up on it and there still not being a reason to care is not better for me. And also, I like the idea... not like the idea. We've already got an old man in the hospital. If we could maybe do an angle where Jerry isn't injured, I feel like it would add variety to this story. And I've had another idea you might like, which is that Jerry's car accident is with a very expensive car. Hence, he gets like raked over the coals for it, and obviously serves some time in jail. And that very expensive car is, of course, John Morrison's car. Not that John's driving it. That would be too obvious. But he hired somebody to get into a car accident with Jerry Lawler.
Okay.
And then press charges.
Why would John Morrison use his own car, though? I guess
because it's a very expensive car.
Is it worse to crash with a very expensive car?
Yes, rich people have better results with the law.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
And also,
Jerry
if
Lawler
you
is
do
broke.
if you do damage to a more expensive car, it costs more than if you do damage to a very cheap car,
That's fair. That's fair.
which Jerry Lawler might not be able to pay because he's a bum,
He is a bum.
and so he
Okay.
goes to jail for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
It needs to be workshopped, probably, because I mean, you immediately went, and I'm feeling, I think there's something there, but Jerry Lawler talking to the talking to some old man. Who's the star of Curb Your Enthusiasm? What's his name? Larry David, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if we could get Larry David for this role, it would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be perfect, wouldn't it be?
We could ask Batista.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We should start using that more.
Yeah.
Gotta think here.
We could have genuinely imported Larry David into the game and paid him a couple $1 million to come do a role for us.
We could have. We still can.
We could.
Not today, but
Not today. In the future.
Fuck.
It's okay if this car crash idea isn't the one that works. If you're not able to make it work, let's think of something else. What if we use a honeypot trap?
Oh my. Think that would work on this guy?
Yes. Right? Easily?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easily. Okay, what are you thinking for that?
What about blackmail?
Okay.
What if Jerry Lawler is having an affair and Morrison gets a hold of some pictures?
I feel like the payoff to that would be Morrison showing Jerry Lawler's wife, and Jerry Lawler's wife going, "Oh yeah, no, I know."
Well, I don't think we need to pay off that, right? It's just Lawler agrees to stay quiet. And then obviously it comes out later through Estrada anyway.
So I wonder if what people see then is an interviewer goes to Jerry Lawler and says like, "Yo, you got some scoops, brother. You got the information." And then Jerry Lawler's like, "Oh, no info here."
I think that'd be too light touch. How about, okay. I think maybe that's good as the final angle. Maybe it's, I don't want it to be Miz, but it could be Miz looking uncomfortable and giving John Morrison an envelope of photographs. And Morrison looks through them and is like, "Yeah, Mike, this is perfect. Good job." And then the second angle, we see Morrison and Lawler chatting somewhere private. We don't hear what they're saying, but then they walk off and Lawler looks concerned. And then the third angle is your interviewer angle. And then we don't necessarily have to spell it out any further than that, but at least there's a pretty clear trail of what's happened.
I like it.
Is that what you want to go for?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so Miz gives more... No?
No, I don't think here. I'm thinking through. I'm just clarifying it in my head, and then... And we'll try to remember it. I don't think it's for here in the show. Let's just, while I'm finishing off this processing, why don't you book the Diva Search ad?
Yep. Okay, I guess this is Amy Weber's segment host. Or do you think Mr. Kennedy will ban that version of the ads from airing in Raw markets?
I like it. Nat and Melina as subject of video is fine here. See the stars, the coaches. I haven't looked too much into this, but I did some thinking, and I hope ESPN has like a couple channels. And my thought is that the Diva Search like airs on one of ESPN's shittier channels if they have more of like a reality kind of channel, or like a behind the scenes with the fighters and sports people channels.
Yeah.
then that probably is where it is. And then we'll obviously be showing highlights on SmackDown. It's primarily a SmackDown focused event, but we are going to be producing a separate television show that's going to be airing on some channel, even though there's no real way to represent that in the game.
Proto Divas instead of Total Divas.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think there will be. It's going to be. There's a huge reality show element to it. So yeah, for sure. Even less authentic than Total Divas, though, which
already
that's something. All right, I think it's time to wrestle.
Yeah. I had a moment there where I went, "Whoa, what?"
Well, you say that. I've had a lot of thoughts, and I think next week, Tucker. I think next week we're going to do a Slammies special from a much smaller venue, and we're going to do it set it up like the Hall of Fame, and try and get away with a very small amount of wrestling on that show.
Very little,
yeah, and then just have it set up like an Academy Awards night, people in suits, Miz and Morrison hosting.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. I mean, I think they're perfect for it. Could be a star-making performance for them getting to talk all night.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wondered also about your pitch of a certain person joining the two of them and possibly doing it there.
Oh, no, she's in the Duva search.
I know.
That would be too much. No. Yeah. I mean, that would be pretty obvious that, she's clearly going to get really far.
Stick around. Yeah, that's
yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from, but not while the Diva search is ongoing. Unless you want to do it before. I mean, it's going to be before the Diva search starts. So you could make the argument maybe that people will forget about her, but arguably I feel like that defeats your point.
Oh, yeah. No, entirely. My thing was just going to be I don't know, we're this award show thing, and they're just you, blonde, stand here with us, and that's it. That's the start of it. They're just you, stand over here. It looks good for the cameras.
Also, understand that, and definitely think that's one direction we could go with it. My instinct, because I'm all about woman power, is that she'll be an equal member of the team that they treat with respect.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I know.
They're heels, buddy. They're heels.
They are heels, but we should be modeling for the children. They're going to copy these men.
They're going to copy these men?
They are going to copy these men. I copied Johnny Nitro when I was a kid.
Everyone go out to the desert right now.
That's true, actually. You know what? You make a valid point. However, it's not like he goes to the desert every week. If he was demeaning a nearby woman every week, then I feel like that'd be a bad example.
I think also somewhere along the way, I did pitch this as a 2-tier thing where we know what the fuck actually happened, but the show has only ever presented it as John Morrison went to the desert and saw aliens maybe, and it changed his life. So
yeah, we don't really know what's going on in his head.
Yeah.
And we may never.
In the kayfabe, we don't know. He's been on a lot of acid.
I'm thinking Brian Kendrick wrestling. That's what I'm in the mood to see.
Okay.
Should we do Daivari, since you want to see him on his goodbye tour?
Goodbye, Daivari. This is, I think, the last one.
Nice. What a way to go out. What are you thinking?
5?
Okay, I was 3, so what do we do? 4?
Yep.
Cool beans. You can get Paul out there at ringside. I guess let's advertise next week, live on Monday Night Raw. It's the Slammy Awards. I also might dress up in a suit. I don't know if you have a suit jacket handy, but, we could do that. It would be a meme.
We could. They wouldn't see me, though.
We could make them see you. We could figure it out.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can see about that.
Okay. We also have to figure out how we're going to do those shows, because it's going to be awkward. My ideal is that we do the Raw, we record the year in review, we stop. Next stream, we do the SmackDown. That would be...
I was thinking the same. Yeah.
That would be the best way to avoid disruption. Or you could do the other way around. Might end up working better, actually. We do the Raw, we do the year in review. We do the Raw, we stop. We do the year in review and the SmackDown on the next stream. Because SmackDown tends to be shorter. We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah.
Either way, the ideal is that we want to try and get that in 2 streams.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Okay.
Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas talk backstage. And I'm not going to verbatim do all of their talking here, but essentially they're talking about general things, about Orton, about Legacy, about DiBiase Jr. I think Charlie's going to express concern about Ted. And, they didn't see always eye to eye, and he was a right bastard from time to time, but he's still somebody I respected, and you never want to see years of a guy's career taken off of him. Shelton sympathizes with that. I'm about to move on to a different topic, but Shelton definitely takes the time to agree with Charlie on this one. Shelton's main topic, though, is, I beat you at the Iron Man. I called out Batista. I've heard nothing. I am the number 1 contender to the WWE title. Teddy Long agreed, but I don't know what to do. And then Charlie's going to be like, you know what you should do? You should go to the Slammies next week because I bet Batista's going to be there. Charlie's like, that's a good idea, Charlie. I will try to talk to Batista at the Slammies.
Perfect. Okay.
Shelton and Charlie debrief.
Yeah, that works.
Concern for Ted, Shelton will look out for Batista next week.
Four?
Yeah, I think 4 is the right length on that. Generic.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Overall. Yeah. WrestleMania, Houston, Texas. WrestleMania 25. Tickets, I don't know. They're available, probably.
Yeah, we'll do the comms as segment host for now.
All right.
I guess that's hype. That's hype.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Let's cut back to Teddy Long's office where... Actually, no. I want to go down to the ring. I want an interviewer in the ring with somebody we're excited to see.
Okay. John Cena.
No. I know, I thought about him too, but no.
Randy Orton.
He's fighting tonight.
Tommy Dreamer.
Ooh. What if we've got an in-ring interview with Marcus Corvon and he's trying to put himself over, and then Tommy Dreamer comes out and is like, you're not doing it very well. Well, you're still eating cake.
That's based.
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer criticizes Marcus. This is why you're on the couch for me, because you can't get your personality across. Marcus is like, get the fuck out of here, Tommy. What the hell?
So great. Give me Alicia Fox. Yeah, okay. So the interview portion,
2 minutes.
Okay, yep.
And then another 2 minutes on the Dreamer thing.
Yep.
I guess it's Tommy Dreamer working the crowd, maybe.
Yeah, they're both working the crowd.
Yeah.
I'd say.
And then Alicia Fox becomes a background player in this
Yeah.
this circumstance. I don't know. Is there a
Storyline
resolution,
development.
or does Tommy Dreamer leave? Does Corvon leave?
Oh man. That's big, actually.
I assume. I mean, obviously there is a world where this escalates into violence, but I wasn't seeing that for this.
Yeah, I don't think this early.
Somebody, maybe. My instinct is maybe it's Corvon storms off.
Yeah,
in a
that
huff.
was my first thought. Was excuse me for Dreamer to just like walk off, but I think I thought about it. I think it's stronger if Corvon storms off.
Sounds good. I think the next, not next week, because next week a lot of stuff's going to take a backseat, but the week after we can do an angle where Corvon like snaps a little and just says, right now the biggest thing that's holding my career back is is your presence. So leave me alone. Dreamer's like, I'm just trying to help, dude, and then he fights him.
Excellent.
Cool. All right. Now we can go backstage to Teddy Long's office, where Melina, Mickey James, and Beth Phoenix are all having a roaring argument about what happened last week. Melina's like, neither of you get a title shot, because neither of you pinned me individually. All right, you can get out of my hair, you can get out of my title scene. Mickey James is like, no, I pinned you. Beth Phoenix is like, you kind of did, but I was the legal woman. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. But I did pin Melina. And they're going back and forth. I don't know if you have any other specific lines for this argument. Melina's like, Melina goes to Teddy Long and is like, Candice Michelle should get the title shot. She's the only one who got out of this unscathed.
I like that.
That's dumb, Melina, and you know it.
I like the idea also she goes to Candice because she's beaten both of these women before. She doesn't need to do this again, right? I
think she's beaten Candice Michelle as well.
You're right, she has as well.
Yeah, I think Candice Michelle's was like, I'm you but better line or whatever. Anyway, Teddy's gonna say, fuck it all, triple threat match on Saturday, have fun.
Yep.
I would go character development on the women. And I think probably, you know what? I like working the crowd on Teddy because he's clearly doing it in a way to like drive the pace of the angle, and he's probably causing a pop and stuff like that.
Yep.
4 is my instinct.
Yeah. I that was my thought as well.
Cool. Minor victories for Beth and Mickey over Melina here. Well, that's nice that Melina stays in that lower.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, let's do some women. I mean, let's have a women's match.
Okay.
Could we do Serena Deeb versus Katie Lee? Are we allowed? Is that an allowed circumstance?
No.
Oh, we're so close. We do a tag. I mean, what do you think? I want women to fight. I don't really know. There's no. Those two women I just mentioned are the two that I like on this roster right now. But obviously they can't fight each other. They've also probably both fought Victoria already. So, Candice Michelle could probably fight one of them, right?
Sure. Yep.
Yep, she can. Okay, I'll let you choose which. I like them both.
Oh God. All right, Katie Lee time.
Great.
It's fine. That's like 3+ months ago.
True.
How long for this?
2 or 3, probably.
Yeah, like 2.
Okay. Whole point was to get one of these women to beat Candice.
Oh!
We are obviously gonna. Well, I say obviously. I think we're gonna have to protect her.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yep.
Might have to even keep her strong, but we will see. Oh,
Nope.
nice. Very well. Very nice. I think this is a perfect opportunity for a bridge angle.
Oh yeah, we should at some point have the Morrison Lawler stuff.
For sure. For sure. Probably next after this bridge angle.
Okay.
Roaring Blood featuring John Cena.
Yeah, that'll work. Good call. Good call.
Do do do. And then we can have Miz and it's Miz and Morrison, right? It's Miz brings Morrison
an
envelope, and Morrison looks through some photographs. We don't get to see what the photographs are, but he looks very pleased. This is a character development credit, I think, and a storyline development angle.
Yep. 2?
That seems right. We can pre-tape it. I think pre-taped angles are like there's some allowance given or something. Anyway. And in this case, I think it even makes it a lot easier to do the improvised stuff because you can chop and change before the show.
I do love that there's like a note that's like, even though it was pre-taped, this guy's still ass. It's like, damn.
There were no takes you could use.
Literally, just like best usable take. Oh, man.
Dolph Ziggler interview with Chris Nowinski.
Yep.
Where he once again talks up his match tonight and how he's going to prove to the world that he's not a fluke, and he and Randy are going to steal the show. And then Cody Rhodes is going to interrupt this little interview here.
Yep.
And he's going to say, Dolph, legacy, it's not about blood. It's about natural talent. And even though your parents weren't anything, I recognize that you have natural talent and everything that it takes to be a member of our exclusive group. Now, listen, what happened to Ted? I was angry about it. Real angry. But I understand things happen. We're in a dangerous business. And I recognize that you've got a lot of natural talent. And you could be a huge star one day. So I'm going to offer to you the same thing I offered Ted. Join us, Dolph. And we can rule Raw together. Randy Orton is the hot ticket in professional wrestling. He's the best wrestler in the world. With him, you could be the very best version of yourself. Just think about it, Dolph, after you lose the title tonight. And then he's going to walk off.
Okay, how long for each of those parts?
First part, 3 minutes, I think.
Yep.
Second part, 2 minutes?
Yep.
Cool. Kodu. Perfect timing. As let's get Mr. Kennedy, Chris Masters, Kenny Dexter down to actually let's have it framed as like an interview. They're gonna go down to the ring, and then Mr. Kennedy's gonna interview Dykstra and Masters about their upcoming match against Edge, and he's gonna ask them to theorize what who Edge might have found as his partner, and they theorized the Boogeyman, the maybe Kevin Nash, I don't know, Christian. I'm picking lots of SmackDown guys here. It's because they have all the obscure people. Yeah. The Hurricane.
Oh boy.
Go on, Tucker. Give me some older ones. I'm only giving contemporary examples. So some old rando dudes that can come out.
Yo, you know who I liked? I think he's gonna get Pedro Morales.
Boom.
Where he looks at Kenny Dykstra like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then this is a 2-part angle. This is like 4 minutes.
Yep.
And in the second part, Edge makes a 2-minute entrance, and it is revealed that he is in fact alone. It will be a 3-on-1 handicap match.
That's base as fuck. Edge is alone.
Yep. Probably Mr. Kennedy, regular or minor victory over Edge here.
Yeah.
Under Newman, yeah. And then 3-on-1 handicap match.
Based.
And it's a non-tornado, right? They've got a tag, so
Yep.
It's not a
The
complete
standard wrestling match.
Of course. I see this going 7 minutes. Edge valiantly fights back and puts on an impressive performance before getting caught by that damn numbers game. Let's give Kenny Dykstra's speaking to me as the guy to get the win here.
Sure, yeah.
Cool. We throw Edge both protect and keep strong because I mean it's a 3-on-1 handicap match.
No, I agree entirely.
Yeah. After the match, they continue to beat up Edge, and then Kennedy's gonna like get the microphone and just insult him to his face and be like, "Look, Edge, your time's done, man. Like you're washed, you're old." Why do we do this on Raw? This is just the Raw storyline. You're old, you're washed. I am the future. I'm the face of Monday Night Raw. All right, I am the voice of professional wrestling, and the sooner you get it through your head, the better. And then John Cena's music plays.
Oh my god. All right, hold on.
Yep. Do. And he clears off everybody. He gives a big attitude adjustment to Chris Masters. John Cena's feuded literally.
Making the save.
Yeah, making the save. John Cena has literally feuded with all 4 of these men this year. But he on this occasion, he saves Edge from further humiliation. What does this mean?
You want to switch Kennedy's credit here to someone else? Yeah.
Working the crowd works. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. We are totally on the same page with that then.
Cool beans.
This is an additional 4, probably.
I like that.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. I guess let's add John Cena to this storyline and give him a regular victory over Chris Masters, who's taking the AA. You might have to take John Cena out of something. He's probably in We Lived the Dream, if I had to guess.
As is Chris Masters.
Chris Masters can also leave. But we also don't. I don't think we need to add. Oh no, we would need to add him to give him. Yeah. So yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
Add everybody. Oh yeah, Masters was in there because he criticized Cena for letting everybody down. I remember now.
So Cena's gonna get a win over Kennedy.
Masters, because he's chasing Kennedy and Dykstra off. He's going to give an AA to Masters, so we'll give it the win over Masters.
Yep, fair play.
Cool. And then after this, we can book in, when we run that angle, the one match I intend to run next week, which is going to be Cena and Edge versus some combination of these 3. We can decide when we book it. Or maybe we do 2-on-3, but I think it'll just be a tag team match.
It's probably Masters and Dykstra with Kennedy at ringside, let's be honest, right?
Makes sense. He is weirdly transitioning out of a in-ring role for a little bit here.
It's just us putting the universe back to how it should have always been, really. So
what's that? Kennedy as a non-worker,
as a non-wrestler, yeah.
I think there's value in having the mediocre wrestler who can talk people into the arena. I understand what you're saying though, and I'm fine with him not wrestling for a bit. I mean, we had that feud all summer, but I don't think he should become like a full-time manager or anything.
No, I agree.
Yeah. But I do agree with you on this occasion. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I watched that cage match that he had with Angle again the other day.
Oh, in TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, yeah, Kennedy's not that bad at this.
No.
He's perfectly fine.
He's better there than he was in the WWE. Although that's probably our Kennedy by this point. Is that guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the ring.
I just like just certain things that he was doing. It might just specifically be his chemistry with Angle as well, because I think those two seem to just have a little bit of something there between the two of them. But yeah, I was just like, damn, he looks real good here. Like real, yeah.
Is that the one where somebody's got like the key around their neck or something?
Yeah, so because I was watching it with my dad and we were both confused by this. Kurt Angle throws the key out into the crowd because he doesn't want it.
And then doesn't he escape the cage anyway?
With the key, yeah, because he didn't actually throw it. Me and my dad both caught that. We were both like, "Oh, he didn't actually throw it," and then he just unlocks the door with it later, and we're both like, "Was that the point? Like, I don't get it. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?" I
remember thinking similar things because I watched that about a year ago or something. Like when, I watched it a while ago when I was doing some because it's 08, 09?
I think it's 09, I think. Might be 2010 even. Might be 2010. It would be 2010.
Could be.
Because I think that 2010, Hogan and Bischoff are big on Anderson. Like, he gets the world title under them, like, very quickly.
Fair. All right, how much time we got left here? 20 minutes, so not too much longer. So anything else we want on the show should be in quickly. We should probably see the Samoans. I've been struggling to figure out.
We should do the other Lawler angles too.
Oh, I was you know when I pitched 3 angles? I was envisioning them happening over 3 weeks.
That works for me.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we should probably see the Samoans. I just don't know what. Like, my first thought is maybe they strategize. They're like, well, what do we do now? Do we keep beating up the cruiserweights? But I don't know. Maybe they will invest. Maybe they are on to the idea that Jerry Lawler might be involved somehow, and they're like, we should really go and talk to that Lawler guy again.
Well, I was going to say they just did.
I know, but he was like hangover, right? So they could be like, you know, we shouldn't have let him go without figuring out what was going on. Or I'm down for like, I'm also down not to see the Samoans. I just think if there was a way to find out a way to check back in on them, I think it would help. Oh, I mean, one filler angle we could do is they visit Estrada in the hospital and promise to, he's still unconscious. They promise to like, we'll get revenge.
Both of them just in a hospital. That's so funny. Jesus.
I'm glad you like it. I'm not quite figuring out why you like it so much though.
It's because I see them in like gear.
In gear, yeah,
hanging around the hospital.
Cool, that's fine.
Dramatic acting, I think.
I see where. No. I'm thinking it through because it definitely takes some skill to act unconscious. Like some people will say that, like you're both idiots, but no, I think you're right. I think my only other thing would just be like cameo, but I'm willing to do this. I'm okay with this.
All right. Swear to the unconscious Estrada that they will get revenge. See that one of those moments, man, where it just like burst of what's the is it serotonin I'm thinking of?
Maybe endorphins, maybe?
Endorphins, that's it. Random endorphin burst out of nowhere. Just like, oh.
I can love Samoan men in hospitals.
I think it's because I like this gimmick. You said they should strategize, and I was like, fuck that. They should strategize.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's a catchphrase for them when they come back.
That's for Estrada to say for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to strategize.
3 minutes. Idle.
Wonderful. I think that's character development stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
We're getting to see the caring side of Umage Manu.
Yep.
Which we don't get to see so often.
We hinted at when they rode in the ambulance with him. And we're developing on it here for sure. I don't think we've done this angle yet tonight. So next week, live, it's the 2008 Slammy Awards.
We did
do that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Fuck. I even looked. I was like, I thought we might have talked about it. Okay. Fuck, you know what, Tucker? I think we should just advertise it again. Watch it.
Yeah! Let's go.
Probably the Miz and Morrison, right? Because
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
they're the hosts.
Slammies.
The Salami
next week.
Awards. That's what you were going for there for a second.
The salami.
The Salami Awards. What? What, Tucker? Okay.
Nothing.
All right. That's what I thought.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Let's
I didn't hear
pre-tape.
anything.
Let's pre-tape the hospital angle.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's live. We're
Yeah.
we're figuring it out. All right.
I guess we could do entrances for the main event.
Yep.
But entrances,
yeah.
I just mean Randy Orton, probably, I guess.
Yep.
With Cody Rhodes, background player.
Yep.
And probably two minutes is enough. Doesn't
Yep.
do that much shit.
In fact, I think at this point his thing would be, I do nothing. And that makes me great.
In real life, sure. I don't think we went down the you must be
No.
emotionless.
Yeah.
We're still having him do his pose and shit.
Yep.
Okay. So we have I think 14 would be like or 12 would be like the minimum I would want to go on this one, because we did the short one on the TV special. But I'm definitely down to go longer than that. Although 12 is a nice number. What do you think? I'm kind of swayed by 12.
I like that number. Yeah, like I don't really have any other. I didn't have a number jump out to me for this. So
Let's do 12 then. And Dolph Ziggler's gonna do it again, by God.
oh my god.
So one where like these two are gonna go back and forth. Randy's gonna like try and keep things calm and slow and collected. Dolph's gonna like try and fire up the pace, try and get the crowd involved, which they probably are pretty involved at this point. Cody Rhodes is gonna do some minor tomfoolery, distracting the referee while Randy like rakes Ziggler's eyes and chokes him with a rope, at the side of the ring. You know what I'm talking about. The ring ropes.
Sure, yep.
I made that very confusing for myself. Randy Orton grabs a rope and just starts choking Dolph
I was going to say,
Ziggler.
he chokes him with a rope. I was like, oh, okay.
No, like he holds his head up against the ring ropes and like pushes his throat into the ropes while the referee isn't looking. But Ziggler's able to overcome that. There's just something about Ziggler's infectious energy that Randy Orton can't deal with. Tucker, I'm really tempted to have Dolph Ziggler kick out of the RKO, but I'm not sure we've ever done that.
I would refrain.
Oh, but he's never say die, Tucker. He's got so much energy.
Refrain.
So who's going to do it otherwise?
Somebody.
We're pushing this guy.
I don't think we'll ever do it.
Ever? I don't like that. So. Surely there comes a time where...
You know who we're saving that shit for?
Go on.
Mania 30. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think you might be wrong.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like there's an escalation, but like I understand what you're saying. I love the RKO as this like uber move. We've obviously, because that's what we've done for years and years and years. However, you've also got to remember that the RKO is a nice move to escalate. Talking about hitting it out of crazy positions, through things, onto things, various things, And I understand that you could just say, oh well, that's just a regular RKO. But I still think there's something cool to a match concept where, for example, Orton hits an RKO and the guy kicks out. And then Orton hits an RKO off of like a shooting star press, for example, and then that's the finish. And I understand that you'd say, well, you can just cut that first part, but I think there's value in that first part. And similarly, to use your example, I think that there is value in a match structure where Orton hits an RKO, the guy kicks out, and then Orton hits an RKO while another guy's power bombing him, and that's the finish.
He doesn't kick out that time. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So That would be my only argument. So I'll lay out my argument. I think there's value in evolving eventually to the RKO can not be the finish and we can go beyond it. And off the top of my head, I am not thinking of a guy that I would want to save that spot for. And I think the guy we've got in front of us has energy. We want to sell as a never say die plucky underdog who's got Randy Orton's number. What better way for him to have Randy Orton's number than to be the only guy who kicked out of the RKO? And I understand that maybe I'm higher on him than you are, but I do think he's like a future star that we've got in front of us right now.
Yeah, I think I have to separate the idea from the actual when it comes to Ziggler, just to make that clear.
The idea from the act. You mean you really don't think Ziggler has any qualities in real life?
No, I mean I'm extremely tainted by
late stage Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I think the whole thing, just how the whole thing went, is just like makes me go, sometimes.
The whole thing, as in his career, because like 2013 cash-in Ziggler versus Del Rio, like these are genuinely great. Angles.
I mean it in the opposite way. I think of what you're thinking. I'm saying where I think this guy probably should have had a lot more, and the fact that he didn't makes me go, like God, this guy.
Wait. I understand where you're coming from, but isn't that like part of the purpose of this series is pushing guys like that? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm coming around to it is what my point was going to be.
I'm laying out there. I think I'm happy for you to be my backstop on this. If you want to still say, nah, I still think we'll hold off on this. But again, right now I can't see a reason to. Other than that it's another thing to keep in the back pocket. But I mean, the alternative, I mean, again, I know you're coming around already, so why put another argument out of there? But it's because it's just come into my head, which is sometimes you wait too long to do something and you've missed the opportunity, right? Like, think about if you had Taker beat Brock at 30, and then you're sitting there at 31 like, man, probably should have ended the streak last year. Why have we got Bray Wyatt fighting this guy? Or honestly, CM Punk, right? Like, probably in that situation where it's like, we're not going to have Punk end the streak. If we were going to do it, we should have done it in the last 4 years.
Yeah. There definitely was that feeling to that match. I think, like a lot of that feeling towards that match, honestly, at the time, where it was just like, oh, okay, we're going back to just doing, like, Taker versus the mid-carders. I see how it is.
Oh, shit.
Got him.
I don't co-sign that take.
He'll drag me down and beat the shit out of me. Oh, God. Anyways.
All right. I've laid out my argument. What do you think?
Yeah, all right. Go for it.
I like how this is the only TEW show on YouTube where we could have a 5-minute conversation on something that we will never, that's not in the game. It's not being implemented in the game.
Something that in like 2 years' time, since it's never written anywhere, we could just totally forget this ever happened.
We could. It's happened.
Somebody might have kicked out of the RKO before.
They might have, actually.
It's impossible. Like, no. I don't think it's impossible.
No, I don't think so either. Although I agree. I feel like you're pretty strong on this, and I'm not as strong as you, but I agree that it was good to keep the RKO as this, like, the 3 most dangerous letters in press. So I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it's happened. I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't happened.
Do you want to know what my big argument is, honestly, for keeping it the way it is?
Yeah, I'll hear it.
That is what Orton has. Like, that's what makes it great.
That's controversial. I get you, though. When you added that last part, that's when I started to agree with you. Right? Because the initial takeoff,
that's all he has.
All he has.
I said that's what he has.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I mean that in our kayfabe, that is what makes him at this level. I
disagree with that. I think it's I think it's an interesting thing where it's like the RKO is a symptom for me of what makes him what he is, which is his ruthlessness. His ability to shut out all the emotions and just do what needs to be done. Whether people think that's evil, whether people think that's wrong, whether it's unsportsmanlike, whether it's he is ruthless. He will not hesitate outside of some specific feuds where this trait was learned. He will not hesitate, and the RKO is a perfect example of that because it is a ruthless move.
Whoever came up with the idea of him as the Viper with the RKO, it's such a good fucking idea.
Yep. Like, the Apex Predator as a concept, I think, is also great.
I just mean, like, with the RKO specifically, it is it's a snap. You know what I mean? Like, it's a quick leap strike thing. It fits so well. I got that in my head and I just went like, fuck, whoever came up with that is really good. Like, fuck. That's a good fucking thing to see, I guess, to say, to notice that and be like, oh, he's Snake Man.
My I'll die on this hill streak take is that it should have been the mechanism for Cena to turn heel. Cheating to beat the streak would have set off the greatest heel turn ever, IMO. I mean, yeah, if you put the work into it, it's a risky take, but I agree with him that, you put the work into that and it could be good. Sure.
I think the only problem with that was that everybody was thinking that at the time, and McMahon, especially then, was very much, oh, I fucking hate hearing what other people want to see, so I won't do it no matter what. Like that, this is not a controversial thing, I think, to say here, to you especially, where, like, in the late stages there, bro legitimately was just swerving to swerve. He's just like, oh, fuck you, actually. You think this makes sense? I'm gonna make it no fucking sense. How about that, Mr. Smart Guy? You think you know what's going on here? Fuck you. And it's like, okay, this is damaging the show. What is happening?
This is just TV, so unless Orton complains, I'm fine to leave him without a note here.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think you forget how over Dolph Ziggler is. I know Randy's the most over guy in the show, but I think Ziggler's in the mid to late 70s at this point.
I also forget that Orton isn't like a shitbird.
Yeah. He's also, I think he's the opposite now. I think he's actually quite a nice guy.
Yeah, he's very good, yeah.
All right, that's all for me. Let's the main event.
Get some ideas.
Well, you should have Cody Rhodes interfere. Just have him interfere, because he's doing a little bit of referee distraction, which I will class as interference.
Yeah, it works for me.
And then we need that to continue a storyline too.
We have,
unless it does. Is it fall in line? Yeah. Cool. We can spend some ideas. I'll take a creative finish for that to represent the RKO being kicked out of, which I think is a bit of a gamble.
I'll take it. Yep.
And then an angle idea for Edge is alone.
Yep, I like it.
Sure.
Cool.
Or I guess there are 3 angles we could use that on: the opener, Edge being alone, and Cena's rescue. I'll leave it up to you.
I thought of Cena's rescue as the main thing, but seeing that it is like a gamble or whatever, I think it is Edge coming out alone.
Do you not think Cena? Oh, actually, I've now decided it's going to be.
Oh, there's a safe bet one.
Well, we can do something with that later if you want. I think we should do the big gamble on the Cena one, because I've had this thought in my head that actually I think this is a big moment for John Cena, because he's had this year where he's had a bad year, and I would like it very much if in this moment, weirdly enough, coming out to support Edge, one of if not his immortal rival, is finally the moment in 2008 where the crowd are going to cheer him unambiguously. There's not a mixed reaction. There's not a little bit of groaning, a little bit of booing. He's coming out to rescue Edge, and finally this year, the crowd are actually all behind him. But there's no guarantee of that being the case. So I think the idea telling us whether or not that happens is cool.
I buy that 110%, because really, I think Edge was only as over as he was because of the Cena feuds, because he is the antithesis of Cena. Like, he like less so for his own merit even, and more so just that he wasn't John Cena. He was a guy who didn't look like John Cena. Was the opposite in every way. Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm willing to save that angle idea unless you want to use it more.
Yeah, no, that's good for me.
All right, then I'm good to go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Raw intro. Nice. Very nice, actually. Very nice. Got the 6-man tag at the top of the hour.
6-man tag.
What do you want me to call it, huh?
You're right. You could have said handicap match, but then that would be a spoiler.
Oh, I see. That's what you were. I thought you were like wanting me to say trios match. I was like, what do you want me to call it, huh? Yeah, the Hardys will fight for the belt at the show. 2
weeks from now. We can't book it in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's the January 5th Monday Night Raw. Do you have a search?
Do the search ad.
Yep.
Brian Kendrick.
Bye, Davari.
Bye. This is Slammy's ad 1.
Nice. I'm happy to go freshen that up now. We don't have to, but so we don't forget.
No.
Cool.
WrestleMania tickets.
Nice.
Solid.
Very, very solid. Oh shit, I forgot it's the Slammies next week. It's going to be really funny. Tommy Dreamer's show. Like, Mark Goran gets dressed up nice in a suit to be in the audience, and Dreamer's just fucking still in his sweatpants eating cake for some reason.
I love it. We can book this in for SNME?
Yep. The 3 Raw nominees for Female Superstar of the Year. Tucker has very strong feelings on the Female Superstar of the Year award, by the way.
I do actually, yeah. We'll talk about that, I guess, when we do that.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Katie Lee beats Candice Michelle with the spinning backbreaker.
Roderick Strong.
Let's say whatever that is. It's kind of based.
Millennium influences here on Katie Lee.
Real. Pro Rumble ad.
Yep.
Give him the envelope.
Nice. Hot and rising. People are like, oh shit. Dolph Ziggler part of Legacy?
An offer. Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh. Cody Rhodes also made that segment better, just putting it out there.
He did.
White hot. Edge is alone.
He's alone. Here we go.
Edge is giga over, by the way.
He is. It's wild as fuck. He went from like being a guy where I was like, oh man, TW9 doesn't really like Edge. Like at all. Huh. So like, what the fuck? Everything he does is golden. Like fuck. Yep. He loses against 3 men. Shockingly,
yeah. 3 competent men too.
John Cena.
They cheered him. Woo!
Yay!
And we can book this in for next week.
John Cena and Edge against Chris
Masters and Kenny Dykstra. I also have to say, I think I talked about this already, but I really like this team, Kennedy team, which very much was slapped together. But these 3 guys becoming just like loose friends. Yeah. I like it a lot.
I dig it too.
Nice.
Based. Slammy's out again.
I think it
Randy
is time.
making his way to the ring. Here we go.
Very hot Alabama crowd. Acceptable.
Yeah, I'll take it.
People were like, boo, don't kick out of the RKO, boo.
No, fuck this. I hate this company.
Ziggler is still
Network.
The United States champion. Hey, Tucker, in a couple of years' time, you're going to sound like an old man talking about the WWE Network. Just like how people talk about VHS tapes.
I will, man. It was beautiful.
We didn't appreciate what we had.
What's the Wrestle Me line that I really liked? Maybe there was too much bread. Maybe just let's see what pay-per-views they've got on Netflix. Maybe that's the right amount of bread. Maybe we were too spoiled.
I'll go pee and then make a drink. I'll be right back.
Yep, sounds good. Ultraman just bulks up. Holy shit, he's coming in. All right. Oh. Oh, duh. It's Tuesday. I was like, I looked up. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we here already? I didn't advance the show. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Forgot about that. I'm gonna just make the assumption that everyone's here. We are in Yonkers. Can't believe Yonkers is a real place, man. That sounds so fucking made up. That's not real. 213 for creative stuff. Nat Hart training people. Kofi made a pancake station. JBL has an angle idea.
Are you yonking my pizzle?
Yeah, yowzes.
Yowzes?
Yonk.
Yonk, motherfucker. We're not going to acknowledge that. Okay. I'd say do nothing.
Yep.
It's Thursday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
No, yes, it is. It is still Thursday Night SmackDown.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I looked at the title and I went, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Oh no, wait, no, we're good.
We're fine. All right. It's SmackDown. Probably worth kicking off with some wrestling. How do you feel about our Deuce and Domino versus the Totally Radical Dudes?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. 7 minutes? How does that sound to you?
I was thinking 6, so yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. I feel like this is a blow-off match. We should give them a time to at least put something together.
Yep.
And the heels are going to win by cheating, I think.
Bastards.
Yeah. Don't know if you've forgotten, but we're doing this because they're going to fight for the tag belts next.
Yep.
Which they're going to talk about after the match.
Hey, we want a tag belts. I don't know why they're actually Italian now. Yeah. That's.
I've done that before, and you chastised me because you were really into their 60s gimmick or whatever it is, so,
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be from, they got, Brooklyn accents, kind of, not fucking...
Yeah, they're like the Fonz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck Fonzie talk again?
He talks like Fonzie.
Yeah, dog, Fonzie speak. Shark and Pred, I guess.
Yeah, and then I think Shark and Pred should come to the stage, and Shark should roar into the microphone. He should go, roar! And then he gives the microphone to Predator, who points finger guns at the ring and then goes, target acquired.
Based. How long is that?
Thank you. I guess it's 4 minutes in total if we're doing it in one angle. That seems fine to me.
I think it's just one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done.
Storyline development.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley's getting interviewed backstage. And he's going to be humble. He's going to say, look, I celebrate my victories, but I have to acknowledge my defeats. Last week, I did not wrestle very well. I wasn't at my best. That happens to everybody. You can't ignore it. You can't avoid it. You just got to learn from it. Right? Last week was not my finest performance, but I know I'm better than that. I will improve. I will get back to the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Idol Stevens is going to walk onto the screen. He's going to be like, no, Bobby, you didn't lose last week because you were off your game. You lost because you suck. I'm better than you. Idol.
Got him.
Bobby Lashley struggles to restrain himself, but does so, seething. Additions, changes.
I don't think so. I think it's all good.
Oh, yeah. I was also going to say, and now you're going to have to sit back and watch as I win the Fatal 4-Way tonight, and then I win the World Heavyweight Championship on Saturday.
Perfect. Let's go with taunts him, not mocks him. How long are each of these?
First part is 4. Second part is 2. I don't think that's storyline development.
No?
What are we learning?
We're setting up for the... Well, I would say...
All right, let me phrase it this way. What development has occurred in the story?
That Idol Stevens isn't just going to take his win and move on and be successful and happy.
I feel like that's a generic Idol Stevens segment. I'd be down with a... if you think that this is sort of a new level of assholery for Idol, I'd be down for a character development angle. But I'd call this is an Idol Stevens angle.
Fair enough.
Cool. If Lashley had hit him, I'd be down for storyline development. Okay. Oh shit, I had something.
Here's a list of names.
Thank you. I love me and my lists of
Shawn
names.
Michaels, because he's in the intro.
Yep. Don't think he's necessary tonight, though.
He can be ringside for the main.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely, he can. And Triple H is going to come out top of the hour to cut a Triple H promo and get his match booked for Saturday.
Yep.
We've got Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston taking on probably Dragon Force.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking like Rey Mysterio and Christian versus Psychosis and Alan Jones.
Yep.
But that doesn't really explain what... Oh, let's do a Diva Search ad next week on SmackDown. Sure. Have you got the women?
Not here now.
Okay. Well, we could borrow them.
Plus, you got to tell me who you want for that anyway, so...
I've already told you.
Is it just those 3?
Yeah, and a bunch of uncredited women that we will have that will not remain with the company after the filming of the television show.
Understandable.
Go borrow them if you please, and we can, instead of doing an ad, we do Diva Search, meet the women.
Sure.
Oh, you're scared of Brie Bella, aren't you?
I'm terrified of her. She's
Not him.
Going to kill my game.
Well, you did save before you progressed to this event, right?
No.
You don't instinctually just save, like, all the time?
I do at certain points, but no, I wouldn't have been between these 2 shows.
Do you before you run the show?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Meet the women.
We should definitely also have Nat, or at least Amy Weber, subject as segment host here. And actually, yeah, let's also have Nat Hart and Melina as subject to video.
Okay.
I feel like none of these segments should go by without these women at least being in them at some point.
How long is this?
3 minutes?
Yep. Hype.
Yeah. No, actually, character development.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Chavo Guerrero, promo to camera. 2008 has been a hell of a year for me. I main evented WrestleMania. I went to hell in a cell. I survived the Elimination Chamber. I got to compete in the
stairway to heaven.
I climbed the stair. I like that. I climbed the stair to heaven, and I retrieved what was rightfully mine. I took part in the very first championship scramble match. I have defined what it means to be a superstar on Friday Night SmackDown. I've proved to the world that I am the greatest wrestler in the history of this business with the last name Guerrero. And now I am a 3-time world heavyweight champion. Tonight, I have 3 more opponents in front of me. Some of them new, some of them old. I'm going to beat them all. And this Saturday, I want my belt back. Four?
Yep. Maybe 5.
Sure.
That felt pretty good. Yeah.
Cool.
Generic?
Yeah, I don't think we're learning anything new about Chavo.
My only thing was going to be hype for the main event, but
I can see that too. We can pre-tape it as well. Let him get a few takes in. Okay, now we can wrestle. Let's do Kofi and Evan versus Dragon Force.
Oh,
not the main.
I definitely thought it was in the pre-booking.
We did an angle like they're going to be in action next week, but we didn't know who they were fighting against, or even if what was going on.
They're still not a team. Not a team.
They might not be for a while. I think my cruiserweight thing this year is starting to take shape, and I think the team may have to wait.
I think these guys are out of here next week. You wanna beat them, or I think they're out of here. 4 days. This is it. This is it for the Highlanders.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we're not going to officially do the Drew McIntyre breaks up with them angle, which is fine.
They're just going to go away.
They're just going to leave.
Which is fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fair, but also I think we missed a little bit of an opportunity. These guys, they were actually pretty solid, but it is what it is. Definitely better for them to move on rather than try and keep making them work 3 years after they arrived. Yeah. Maybe they'll do really well in TNA. Who knows?
You think they're going to hire Derek finally?
Who knows?
You know that gimmick? You don't know that gimmick.
Oh, didn't they fire him because he showed up to a TNA show on WrestleMania weekend?
He sat in the crowd. He was in Orlando and said, "I want to watch my friend Jimmy Rave's match," and went. And they were like, "Look at this WWE superstar attending our show." The WWE was like, "All right, get the fuck out." And TNA was like, "We don't owe you anything. Why are you looking at us?"
Amazing. I mean, yeah, they don't. I agree with TNA on that one. You'll agree. That's a dumb thing for the WWE to do. Yeah.
I think it is a dumb reaction. I think bit of a dick move from TNA to be like, look at Derek Graham Couch over here enjoying himself.
Yeah, you paid a ticket. You're a WWE wrestler at a wrestling event. You know what you signed up for.
That's true, actually. Yeah, that's him being a dumb fuck, I think.
No, I disagree. You are entitled to go to a WWE to a wrestling event. You're a wrestler. Why wouldn't you? Go to wrestling events.
You're right, but also you know how they're gonna handle that.
That is fair. If you're being pragmatic about it, then it's a little silly. But it's also, I think, really silly for the WWE to have that reaction. But I recognize your point. He should have known probably that was the outcome. I don't know though. Get a little slap on the wrist. Don't do that again. Maybe firing him for it. That's pretty fucked up.
Okay, you got to think though. He's a Verge TV guy to begin with. So if anybody was just gonna get outright fired, it's him.
I agree with you on that, but what's worse, a Verge TV guy showing up at an event, or I don't know, an upper mid Carter?
You gonna fire that upper mid Carter and let them go to TNA?
That's a good point.
If Derek goes, who gives a shit?
I agree with that. It's definitely more of a big deal if let me think of a good name from this era. that makes sense. CM Punk. If CM Punk showed up at a
Sure.
TNA show that weekend, right? That's a lot bigger news than
Honestly, with
Rory
Punk, they
McAllister.
probably would have just fired him.
Yeah. I think they might have, yeah. I mean,
But I mean, like, if fucking, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a guy who would be probably safe enough to do that. It's
Chris
really only Randy
Jericho?
Orton.
They wouldn't fire Jericho for that.
Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't either.
Triple
They might just
H.
not put him on TV ever again.
Yeah. All right.
Jericho's another one of those guys where, like, I don't think Vince ever really liked him all that much. Or maybe he did for a time, but he fell out of favor pretty quick.
That's an interesting one, yeah. I think they had like an easy alliance in a sense where like they're very different people and they're very different wrestling. They have very different wrestling philosophy. I think Jericho was never like a good fit in the WWE, but he was also a good fit in the sense of he was good in the product for a good period.
I think also Vince really respected Jericho's ability to attempt to make anything work. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I mean, I guess now. No, even now, I'd say he's still trying. He's just not very good.
And I think that'll probably lead into the mixed bag that it's the band thing. So I think he'd probably have respected Jericho for putting himself out there and doing it, but also being like, well, we can never make this guy a core part of our team because he just fucks off whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
So again,
have any other
very, very strange relationship with WWE where it's like he never really fit in, but he was good enough in certain areas to be really useful to Vince.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think, as I was kind of saying as well there, like, just, I think that ability to, like, take whatever the hell you're given and just try your absolute best with it, try to find a way to make it work. I think Vince really loves that shit. Or loves
really
that
useful
shit.
for him, yeah.
Yeah.
3 minutes on this? Get some of that innovative offense, the Kofi Kingston chest stomp, the whatever it's called. What's the... I always forget the name of this, where Kofi's in the corner, some guy runs at him, Kofi slips out to the apron and does a kick.
Tiger feint kick.
Tiger feint kick. Big high fly flow. Evan Bourne hits the airborne. Evan Bourne wins. Let's have Evan get the pin, because while Kofi has the cooler offense, in my opinion, Evan Bourne has the much cooler finish. Oh, I say much cooler. I like the Trouble in Paradise. I saw the other... completely forgot about this till I saw it the other day, and I was like... And I remembered it. Like, I knew about it. It's that Kofi... I can't remember what it's called, but Kofi has another finish.
The SOS.
The SOS, that's what it is, yeah. And it's a little convoluted, but he kind of makes it work.
I don't even know how I'd describe it. It's like a leg trip inverted German. Like...
Yeah. Some sort of weird, like, sunset flip variant. not really.
Sunset flip or something.
Yeah. Should
we call it the Jamaican Destroyer?
Oh my, that's lovely. That's very beautiful. I like that.
That's the closest to what I could think it's almost like. Almost a destroyer.
Let's have Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne 1 minute working the crowd as they share a moment.
Yeah. Share a moment.
Santino Marella is going to promo to camera and demand that he get a new challenger.
Real shit. I hear him.
Yep. Santino... Actually, how about this? Santino offers to fight anybody who does not win the main event tonight.
I like it.
Actually, hold on. What if Santino offers to fight anybody that lost their match last week, and then one of those people can take him up on that offer? And it would probably have to be the guy who's not Triple H, Kozlov, or Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
And that was Gregory Helms, which actually works for me.
Based. Yeah, we'll set that up.
Cool. So, Gregory Helms can show up here and say, I will take you up on that offer.
Okay.
Sorry. I know that was a lot of
No, it's fine.
back and forth. I think we arrived at the best version of this, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Helms takes him up on it. Okay, it's gonna be 2 parts, I think. The initial Santino part.
2.
2, yep.
And then 2 on the other part as well.
Yep.
And this is probably happening on January 8th, because we can do the tag title match next week. Or do we do this next week in the tag title match on January 8th? I think we do this next week, and yeah. Because we've had a tag team match recently. Is Millennium completely broken up then? Greg and Roddy not together, as well as the kids doing their own thing? Yeah, pretty much. Tucker, you can agree or disagree, but I think we agreed on this last week that we're sort of doing a quiet breaking up of Millennium, but in a sense that if we change our minds later, the bridges are not burned.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 minutes on that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want Greg to have another run as like a serious upper mid-carder because he's really good. I think the boys should split off and just be based as fuck flippy dudes tag team. And then I have big plans for Roderick Strong.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, I have plans.
Oh my.
Soon to be, not to spoil anything, but soon to be Slammy Award winning Roderick Strong. If the
real.
Yeah, he looks like a strong favorite to pick up a category next week. All right. We're pretty close to the top of the hour, so if we could have a couple of angles of medium substantity here. Is substantity a word? Substance would probably be the word. Yeah. Medium substance. In here, that would be good. We could get the Undertaker promo to camera.
Okay, sure.
Chavo Guerrero, our roads have crossed repeatedly over the course of this year. It is true that you ascended the stairway to heaven and thwarted me that night. But when I dragged you to the pits of hell, there was only one man who was victorious. That man will rise again tonight. Idol Stevens, your idolatry is coming to an end. RSD.
Was it going to be very woke, Taker, the thing I was initially going to say?
Go on.
I was just going to be, you were just like, Idol Stevens. And the first thing that came to mind was just, you're fucking gay.
Rene Dupree.
You're fucking gay.
Actually, the more I think about Renee and Idol, the more I think about Renee and Idol in this angle, I feel like take them out. He's just gonna cut a pro on Chavo Guerrero.
Undertaker hypes the main event.
Yeah.
How long is that?
4.
Yep. At some point. No, never mind.
No, go on.
I was like, at some point, I'll just start putting them in at 4.
No, I mean, I'm sure I'm not that consistent. Anyway, I think it's time for Triple H to come down.
Yep.
He makes a long entrance. He kind of grabs a microphone and then kind of looks out at the crowd, clearly like taking in a moment of reflection and maybe hyping himself up. And he gets to the microphone. He says, "All right, I don't know how much more needs to be said. Vladimir Kozlov, it's very clear what's going on between us. I hate you. You hate me. Neither of us can move on with our lives until we figure out who the better man is. And to figure out who the better man is, we can't have a wrestling match. Can't grapple in the middle of the ring. Can't do this, that, and the other. Can't just fight each other and see who stands at the end of it. We tried that already. See, men like us, we're not content with just winning, like I did at the last Saturday night's main event. We're not content with victory over our opponents. In order to truly win, in order to truly feel alive, we have to beat each other so badly that we can't walk the next day. We have to tear the flesh from our bodies. We have to go to hell and figure out who's man enough to survive it. I understand now. I didn't get you at first. I thought because you come from a land far away, because your culture is different, because you fight weird, that you were so much different to us. I was wrong. You and I, you and I, we see eye to eye. We need to go to war, Vladimir Kozlov. I wasn't ready for it until last week, but last week you awakened something within me. Something long dormant, something I forgot that I had, a capacity for violence, the likes of which you've never seen. So Vladimir Kozlov, if you want a war, you've got a war, because this Saturday, it's gonna be last man standing. And I, God as my witness, I'm gonna stand tall, the King of Kings, and I will end your stupid crusade.
Nice.
Nice.
8?
Sure.
Be real.
The King of Kings. Yep.
Go crazy.
Go off, King. Major victory for Triple H over Vladimir Kozlov.
Sure.
Need a bridge here.
It's an ad for the Royal Rumble.
Works for me. Let's have Alan Jones and Psychosis take on Christian and Rey Mysterio.
Rematch of that 1 week.
Nope. Oh, yes.
Yep.
No, not even a month ago. Are the teams are surely the same. Okay. Honest, I don't know if this is a serious pitch, but I like to throw shit at the wall, and it's something that came into my mind. I had a vision of Psychosis getting a brick and hitting Christian with it and just getting DQ'd.
That's based as fuck. Yup.
Okay, cool.
Intentional DQ finish.
Yeah. I think this is like a 6-minute match. At some point, like a cool little grappling sequence breaks out between Alan Jones and Christian. Psychosis goes off screen for a little bit, and then, hello, I have a brick. Boom. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Jesus. Yeah.
I guess maybe a brawl should ensue, I feel like.
Yep. Post-brick brawl.
Based.
4?
Yep.
Yep.
We go to commercial. We come back. Christian is met backstage in the trainer's office by Trish Stratus, who says, yes, I just saw what happened. This Saturday, you're going to fight him in an Extreme Rules match. Christian's like, that fucking works for me. We can change the structure of this if you got ideas. This is just the easiest thing I came up with.
At Extreme Rules. No, is Extreme Rules. Thank you.
We also change the name of this match type if you had another idea. Street fight.
No.
Okay. Cool.
I like that.
All right. Cool.
2?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 is good. There's a short little angle.
I think that's new for him, isn't it?
It
has to be unscripted?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would just be guessing. All right, main event entrances. Idol can get a 1 minute one. Who else is in this match? Chavo. Chavo can get a minute. Renee doesn't need to have one.
Oh, come on, give him one.
What is he doing? He's just kind of walking into the ring.
He walks to the ring, yeah.
Yeah.
And Chavo's doing something special?
Chavo's the GOAT.
Yeah. But
look, all right. Have your Rene Dupree entrance.
Thank you. How long does the Undertaker take to come out here?
We'll tell him to speed up a little and take 4 minutes.
Yeah, Putty. Like, Renee could win this match, you know. You don't gotta be like that about it.
He couldn't.
He is here. Okay.
We've got 21 minutes. I kind of like 21 minutes. It's time for a long-ass match. We haven't done it in a while.
Yep.
And I'm not going to give too much. I'm not going to give blow for blow here. There's a bunch of like sequences that go on between these four men. It's probably really fun. I have a few specific interactions. I'm finally going to debut this Renee spot I've had for a while, and it's going to be against Taker. So Renee and Taker are squaring off, and this is sort of in the middle of the match. It sort of spontaneously like breaks off into a Renee Taker square off, and Taker's just like, they pause, they look at each other, and they both get into sort of fighting stances. So maybe Renee's is a bit more open and defensive, and Taker's got his fists up, boxing stance, and he starts boom, boom, big, long-reaching punches at Renee. And Renee, instead of like blocking them or trying to counter a punch or anything like that, Renee just like, it's very quick, right? So Taker starts throwing these punches, and Renee doesn't have too much time to react. So he just starts ducking his head slightly, and the punches rolling off of his shoulders, and they're coming fast and furious. But Renee is swapping from his left shoulder to his right shoulder, and he's just rolling these punches off the top of his shoulder, just getting out of the way of the impact, instinctually dodging each of Taker's punches. Taker getting frustrated, he throws one big hard right. Renee ducks underneath it, and then lifts Taker over his shoulder for like a judo toss. But again, there's no like rhyme or reason to it. It's Rene Dupree working off of pure instinct. And he takes a moment to kind of roar as he throws Taker across the ring and gets the better of him. And then it sort of probably breaks out into like a Chavo Rene grappling match. Yeah, do you have anything for this match?
I'm sure the Idol Stevens is sneaky.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's no DQ, right? So I'm sure he makes use of that frequently.
True. That's all I've got.
Oh, we should get the Acolyte out there doing some.
Oh, of course,
running some interference.
Shawn Michaels, you mean? Of course.
Oh, that's true. He should also be there. Let's have the Acolyte interfere on. Yeah, makes sense.
We should just call him the Acolyte.
I like it as a nickname. I don't like it as just a name. But I'm very much a people should have real names kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm open to exceptions. I am open to exceptions.
We're renaming him Big Mark.
I like
Big Mark Calloway.
Like the Idol Stevens for me is a nice middle ground.
Right.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Flash Evans.
And you remember that. I always call him Jack Flash Evans.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to be difficult, do you? Is that how it is?
Well, no, because my idea is that his nickname is Flash Evans, but he's we're not ignoring the fact his full name is Jack Evans. Yeah.
Right.
I also think Jack Flash sounds cool.
Yeah.
I think it's also a reference to Brit Rest mediocre mid-carder Flash Morgan Webster, who, yeah,
Do I know? I vaguely.
I think he hit the NXT circuit at some point, probably.
Was in a team with Mark Andrews, maybe.
That sounds reasonable. There's I think they're similar people.
They were like Welsh guys or something. That was
Mark Andrews is. I don't think Flash Morgan Webb. Oh, actually, no, he might have been Welsh. Yeah, you might be right. Actually, okay.
What were they? I would look it up, but it doesn't actually
I can't be bothered. Yeah.
move me. Yeah, it doesn't actually move me at all.
I like to think in this match as well. Chavo Guerrero out wrestles all three men at various points. We get a mini replay of the Guerrero Taker match, which is just the Guerrero works on his lower back and knees, and Taker cannot do power spots on him anymore. Apparently, they were called the Grizzled Young Veterans, but wasn't that like Zach Gibson and Mark Haskins? Or
Gibson and not Mark Haskins. There is another one though. He looks like Mark Haskins. I'll give you that. That one I will look up because it matters to me.
While you're looking that up, Chavo's also going to out wrestle Renee in a grappling match. But I mean, I don't know about out wrestle. I think maybe he'll try to out wrestle Renee. Renee will slightly get the better of him. Go ahead.
James Drake.
Zach
Gibson.
Yeah. Gibson being this guy's guy.
I can see why you thought he was Mark Haskins. He's very much the guy with Zach Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah. So Renee will be slightly out wrestling Chavo, and then Chavo will use like his lucha and his quicker paced stuff to beat Renee essentially, and then it'll come down, and then the finish of the match will be, it'll be chaotic. There'll be lots of all four men fighting, but eventually it will break to Chavo getting his rolling Kapu kick, his springboard rolling Kapu kick onto Idol, and then go up to the top rope. Frog splash on Idol. 1, 2, 3. Chavo's going to Saturday. Let's get Idol as the loser. Pinfall finish. And Chavo Guerrero will fight Shawn Michaels at Saturday night's main event. Merry Christmas.
Based.
And that's SmackDown.
That it is. Ideas.
Cool. Let's get an angle idea for Triple H, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe we'll use the safe bet.
One.
Yep.
What else we got here? What are you thinking?
Will we overcap if we just leave it at that?
I think we will slightly, but yeah.
Should we just leave it then? I'm down to leave it.
I'm down. Oh yeah, okay, we did use them. I was gonna say, I was like, Putty, you have me call up all these women and they're not doing anything.
Oh, the Dick Master's gone. Goodbye, Dick Master.
She will be. A lot of different people leaving.
One of the original, like, OGs of our women's division, I feel like.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right. Let's fucking do it, man.
I'm down. John.
Yeah.
Unclear.
All right, let's go do the thing.
Well, let's get to the match first.
Okay, do you know what the... well.
We can check. That I'm okay with. Guerrero is a history maker, so that could very well boost the crowd.
It could. They're coming for the tag team titles.
And that's happening. I decided I think it's best if we do the IC title match next week, and this in 2 weeks.
Okay.
You agree?
Agree. Yep.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley.
And Idol Stevens. We should have made a new storyline between these two guys before this, but oh well, it's fine.
Yeah. We should put a storyline in the main event, though.
Surely it's continuing.
I don't think so, but
Shawn Michaels and Chavo are surely in a storyline together.
No.
Idol Stevens is in the match, so
it would have been fine. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, I didn't think the storyline would look like that, so in some ways you were right, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but it would have been fine.
Look at these women.
This does really well.
It does, doesn't it? That's the power of Amy Weber.
Yep. The interview overlord. Well, I guess can't call her that anymore.
No. Interview person.
Wow. The host of the Diva Search.
We are confirmed lifting the crowd.
Yep. Well, we have to see how it does. We're trying to lift the crowd.
I've never seen it fail to lift the crowd. Oh, well, there you go. No.
That would have been good.
Yep. They get the win over the Highlanders.
Goodbye, my lovers.
Thanks, boys. You had a good run.
Goodbye, my friends.
My budget bashams.
Yeah.
We'll see you in hell. Hooray!
More like,
Hooray!
oh.
Oh.
Because they're having a moment. They're like, oh.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh.
Oh my god, who is that?
Oh no, she's back. I feel like we've had that one before.
I feel like too, yeah, what the fuck? He like said it again. It's like, no. This is the time.
Would you like to change it now? We can wait. You're free to. I won't mind. Yeah.
We have that match to book in for next week, right?
Yeah. Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor Murdoch. Hell yeah, brother. Book this in for... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to this angle here, then we'll book it in, because I don't know how the game... I don't know how it...
Once the show has started, any pre-bookings you make will be considered for next week.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
I assume that was what you were thinking.
It is, because sometimes it'll still pop up as like, oh, you don't have this booked in.
It will in the problems with the show, but it won't actually penalize you. But that's the same no matter where you book it. If you book this in now and you go back, it'll still show up in problems with the show.
Yes, you're right. I just know this way.
You don't see it.
Definitely doesn't affect me. Yeah, like it definitely doesn't mess with me at all. IC title.
Whoa, I didn't realize this did so well, by the way.
I didn't either, yeah. What the fuck? We both went, whoa.
And yet still, Yonkers is unwilling to get with the show.
Yep.
Come on, Yonkers.
Fucking New York, man.
Huh.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Maybe 8 minutes was a bit long.
Wow. What the fuck?
I guess it was a mixture of the low morale and the angle idea. Maybe it was a bit long.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's fucking weird. Anyways.
I mean, would you want to watch?
Triple H went out there and just said some random shit. Like, I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Huh.
Nice.
Yep.
Get the bricks!
Get the bricks! They start just throwing bricks back and forth at each other.
The brick fight match.
Oh, geez, Cole, this is the most high-risk snowball fight I've ever seen in my life. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Sound like Jim Ross there, Bradshaw.
Listen, all right? I'm allowed to sound like whoever the fuck I want to sound like. I am ill, and I do not feel well. So my voice can only do one Southern man, and it is the one Southern man.
You know what? I'd accept that explanation if it was true, but you're always doing Jim Ross. It has nothing to do with you being ill.
You know what, Sean? That's true. But you don't gotta make a point of it.
Did you just call me Sean?
I said son.
Oh, son. Okay, cool.
That might be true, Sean. However,
how many two, Sean? What if we not booked in for this show? By the way,
what the fuck was this match? Oh, Christian psychosis.
Yeah. In the brick fight match.
In the brick fight, yeah. That's gonna be 30 to hit the bricks.
That's kind of based, actually. Tag team title match. Oh yeah. Never mind. You know when I said we were doing the World Tag Team title match on that Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot we were doing it on Saturday. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's
been here the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's not that much of a retcon. We did a graphic for it. Might as well just say it's happening at this show. I just didn't want to do it on next week's Raw, but this Saturday is fine.
Perfect.
We're still missing a match, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, the main event.
6. I know, but there's also another one because there's 6 here.
Oh.
Did you book? No, you were. I think you were so bemused by Triple H's poor performance. Yeah, that you forgot to book in the match.
I was. Yeah.
Last man standing, by the way. Yeah.
It was so horrid. I thought about not running the match. I was
Come on,
damn,
you
I don't really know if
just
I
because
wanna
the
do
game
that.
tells you it was bad doesn't mean you kind of enjoyed it. And to tell me you don't want to do Triple H Kozlov Last Man Standing at the end of the year, man.
I
feel
will
like-
not punish Kozlov for
Yeah.
Triple H. All right, how about that?
Based. Kozlov's angle would have probably done better. Who gets
It
the
would've.
crowd ready for our main event? Yonkers finally sits up for the Undertaker's entrance.
Literally, holy fuck. All right, here we go.
Renee had the worst entrance, just saying.
I'll kill you.
Acceptable.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good performances from everyone here.
Yeah, really quite good, actually. Yeah. All right, World Heavyweight title.
This show, by the way, is fucking crazy.
It is.
I don't want to change our mind and record it, but if I had known how crazy this show was going to end up, I may have changed my mind about it. But I think, I don't know, I'm not feeling it as a recorded show, but
I'm not either.
It has the quality of a record. Like, that is an insane card. Like, every time I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, every match on that card is killer.
Yeah, we're
Like,
going into Mania season pretty hot. I
AJ
think.
Styles versus Rey Mysterio, Christian versus Psychosis, Triple H Kozlov, Last Man Standing, Melina, Beth Phoenix, Mickey James, triple threat for the women's title, The Miz and Morrison versus the Hardys, and the main event is Shawn Michaels versus Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, the main event is the best match we can run.
Yeah, unironically. Like, nah, man, crazy. All right,
See you around.
should we get out of here?
Sure. Yeah.
When are we gonna do SME?
Friday.
Friday. Sounds good. Cool. Just hit me back with it. I'll hit you back with a time. Actually, I'm doing something Friday night, but I can definitely squeeze in the show before it.
Cool.
All right. I was almost about to end the call. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you guys on Friday for SNME 29 Eclipse.